Alright folks, just wanted to do a quick EDC update video. So we're going to go ahead and walk through the things that I carried on my body today, not things that I may have carried in an EDC bag. But before we do that, why don't you go grab yourself a nice cold one, come on back, and we'll get started. Alright folks, as previously mentioned, this is my EDC, or my everyday carry. The things that I carry on my person, in my pockets, maybe attached to a belt or around my neck. It's not the things that I carry in my everyday carry bag. With it being a Sunday, the weekend, I do take a bag with me most places that I go, and it's this VanQuest Tolcat. And let's see if we can get a focus on here. I'm going to be doing a review on this bag shortly, once I get it configured the way that I want it to, and we'll get to see the things that I carry as an extended EDC as part of this kit. Anyhow, back to the things that I carry on my body. We'll go ahead and we'll start left and we'll work our way right. I have a bad habit and it's called vaping, and this is the vape that I carry around with me. I typically don't show these in EDC videos, but I figured I would start because one, vaping's popular and it's a good alternative to smoking, and it is something that I carry with me. This is a Fuchai regulated mod. It runs off two 18650 batteries. I can't remember the specific model off the top of my head. And then this is a Smoke or Smok, I'm not 100% sure how you say it, TFV4 atomizer that I keep on here. Anyhow, like I said, I vape, it's bad, but I do it anyway. The next thing, and I get a lot of people who say things to me like, oh come on, you don't carry that, that's not something you EDC. And I typically do have a handheld ham radio with me as a backup, not really so much as a backup for communications with my cell phone, but because I like to listen to things. I program this to local police or fire department frequencies, and I also scan my local repeaters for traffic. You'd be surprised at what you can figure out or hear about that's going on in your community and your region by listening to ham radio repeaters. So anyhow, I keep one of these with me most of the day. It's with me more than my EDC bag, so I include it in this type of setup. The next thing that I have over here is my phone. It's a smartphone, obviously. Samsung Galaxy S5. I'm due for a renewal on this phone, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to replace it with. So if you have any ideas or recommendations, I'd love to hear them below. But I wasn't always entirely happy with that phone, but I've kind of gotten used to it over the 2+ years that I've carried it, and I kind of like it now. I was an Apple guy before I got that phone. I bought this one specifically because the camera is supposed to be so good. This is the Maxpedition Encore RFID blocking wallet. You can't get this wallet any longer. I have done a review specifically on this wallet, so I'll go ahead and post that link below. The next thing I was going to show is this Cold Steel Hideout neck knife. And I do carry this. I don't carry it as an option for a knife that is something that I would use to open boxes, even though I have, or letters and things like that. This is more of a self-defense option that I wear as a neck knife, and I get that that's paracord, and that's a little bit of a high-risk scenario, carrying paracord around your neck. It did come with a ball and chain, I guess necklace, or I don't know what you would call it, but I didn't like it, so I got rid of it, and the paracord is a lot more comfortable. The next is this brass Zippo lighter, and I carry it because it's cool, not because I expect to start a fire or have to build a fire at a moment's notice. And I also carry these Skull Candy earbuds. They've been in some other EDC updates. I go through about 2 or 3 pairs a year. I use them every day. I use them multiple times a day. As part of my job, I'm on a lot of phone calls, conference calls, even on the weekends. And they work great, better than a Bluetooth headset. But also, you know, watch YouTube videos on my phone or listen to music. And as a result, I like to have a nice quality set of earbuds, and they fit the bill for me. Then the next thing that I carry is I typically carry a Victorinox Alox knife. In this case, it's a 2015 Pioneer. This is a special edition. It may be coming across as black on the video, but it's actually blue. It's got a lot of wear on it, but I carry this thing with me every day. I really like this. This is a pocket knife, and it gets a lot of use. Okay, rounding out the EDC is this Olight, and I can't remember exactly what model this is. Maybe I'll be able to see it on here. It's made out of copper, but it's got a lot of patina on it. It's the i3E flashlight. Let's see if I can zoom in on here. Sorry guys, I always have trouble focusing. I got a new camera, and I'm still learning the ins or outs. But this flashlight is, I think it's 120 lumens. It only has one setting, and it works by twisting the bezel. And I really do wish it had maybe a tail click or something like that, or in a lower lumen setting, but it only has one. But I really like this flashlight, mostly because it's copper and it's cool. And it runs off a AAA. Right now I have a AAA battery in here. It is probably an N-loop nickel metal hydride battery, but it'll run off of any AAA battery. And it works great. I love this flashlight, and I think it's pretty cool. One of the problems I have with that flashlight is I lose it all the time. Let's go ahead and zoom out. I don't know why. It falls out of my pocket. The kids play with it, but it goes missing all the time. But it always turns up, and I really like it quite a bit. I typically carry a little bit of a larger multi-tool. And let's go ahead and focus on this a little bit better. But lately I've been carrying this Leatherman Ps4 Squirt, and I've had this for a really long time. It's a pretty capable multi-tool. It can't compete with like a Wave or a Signal or something that's a little bit larger, but it's pretty good. And the reason I carry multi-tools mostly is because of the pliers, and you never know when you need to grab a hold of something and pull on it, or maybe loosen something up. But when I carry a multi-tool, I use it every day, and a lot of people are always like, why you carry a multi-tool, blah blah blah. Today I chose to carry a little bit smaller Leatherman tool because I am trying to carry less stuff or lighter stuff, if that's believable when you see all the things that are in today's EDC. Alright, let's move on to the next item. Just my keys, and what's interesting about these keys is I've had this is an ASP key defender. And it works like a Kubotan, but it also has pepper spray inside of it. And I was hanging out today at the bowling alley with my buddy John the bowler, and we were talking specifically about this because my keys were on the table. And I took it apart, and I took the pepper spray canister out, and it was leaking all over the place. Now I don't know if it was an accidental discharge or if the canister inside of it's leaking. Kind of burns me up. The canister is about $10, which isn't a ton of money, but it's enough money where I'm like, hey, this thing shouldn't be leaking. I did have some of the stuff on my hands, and I went and washed my hands, and the brand name of the spray inside is called Heat. And even though I washed the hands, I did wipe my nose a little bit later in the day, and I had some pain in my nose as the right nostril was burning pretty good. Now I don't know if that was my imagination, if it was coincidence, or if I just had some of the residue of the resin that's in the pepper spray container itself. But needless to say, I'm a little disappointed. That said, I've had this for a number of years, but I did recently replace the canister inside, so it really shouldn't have leaked, and I'm a little disappointed about that. And then finally, I carried this flashlight today. I was using this Olight more as a backup, but this would kind of be my more brighter flashlight or more capable flashlight if I needed it. And this is actually part of, let's see if I can zoom in here, it's part of my Phoenix HL50 headlamp. But I take this out of the headlamp and I carry it because I just kind of like the form factor. I can just turn it on with a click at the top of the flashlight, and I just like that angled LED here, and I like the button at the top. And I typically carry two flashlights, and a lot of people say, why do you carry a flashlight? What do you need a flashlight for? I don't know about you, but I use a flashlight every single day, and it's one of my most used pieces of gear that I EDC. I'm getting a little bit older, and it makes things a little bit easier to see. I think if you don't carry one, you don't see the value, and if you do carry one, you understand how often you can use a tool that is available to you at any given point in time. Alright, pulling back out. The last thing that I was going to cover is my hat. I wear a hat all the time. This is a Maxpedition hat, and it's obviously seen better days. It's kind of getting worn out and kind of stained up, and I'm probably going to have to buy another hat at some point in time. But I really like this hat, and it's quite comfortable, and that's why I continue to wear it. Anyhow, that's it. I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching, and if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to see more like it. Click the thumbs up and give me a like, or comment below if you have any questions or comments or opinions about anything that was presented here. Alright. Thanks, everybody.